since early 2012. A lot has changed. I mean, all the video stores that have closed. Our first VHS hunt was in a video store here in Astoria, and not too long after we did that hunt, it closed. We've seen on the news recently, like there's only 2 Blockbusters left, and one of them closed in Alaska, so there's only one of those left now.
And yes, it still looks like the old original Blockbuster Video, even with the torn ticket stub light on the side of the building. And the sign out on the street, the last Blockbuster Video in the United States. This stuff, I understand, was actually given to the Alaska store, but they ended up closing anyway, and so they ended up here. So, and you have a French officer's uniform from Les Miserables.
When the John Oliver show found out that they didn't know about our store, so they were like, we need to try to save the Alaska stores. Russell Crowe was doing a personal auction of some of his movie props, so they went to the auction, bought a handful of them, and then donated them to the Alaska Blockbuster store. Ultimately, unfortunately, it didn't help save them, and so they had to go somewhere.
Brings back memories, doesn't it?
In the world, we've seen the rise of streaming more than ever now, where we have even comic book companies are getting into streaming, which DC Comics has now created their own digital streaming service. So the rise of digital is, I mean, we might not even have reached the crest of that tide, as Disney themselves are coming out with their own digital streaming platform. So a lot has changed in the way that we view movies in a few short years.
It's like VHS tapes. People forgot about them. They're not there anymore. People have them stacked up in their garages and they don't think about them. They just throw them in the trash or give them to Goodwill. So it's become like the idea of a video store and getting up and coming with your family and having that family gathering where you pick out movies and you go home and you cook popcorn and you watch them and you have to remember the return date and all that. Like that's unfortunately it's kind of it died. It's become something that's expendable. So I'm proud to know that we're still doing it and we're still making it work. There's an immense amount of traffic that comes in here, and it's gotten a lot more since people found out we're the last one. So we love that.
We've seen movies that have never gone past the VHS. You know, they stopped there, and they've never made their way onto DVD, Blu-ray, and I would think there's probably even a slimmer chance that those movies will make it into digital in some kind of platform. And there are movies out there that have been completed and only available on VHS, that were completely shot on VHS and transferred onto VHS, that will be gone from history once those deteriorate.
Do you have any VHS tapes in the store?
No.
It's all DVD and Blu-ray?
It's all DVD and Blu-ray, yeah. They stopped making VHS in 2004. So we stopped carrying them as soon as when they stopped manufacturing them, we actually started transitioning to DVD and Blu-ray a few years before that. Interesting
story that when I myself worked for Blockbuster, I was part of that transition where we had the order from corporate that we couldn't sell or give away or even personally take any of the old VHS tapes. We had to double garbage bag and put them all in the dumpster. And we even had district managers coming in and supervising that to make sure that took place. I still took some. So
who's going to be the people that carry that flag, that ensure that these films are saved? It's probably going to be the old, just regular Joe. I mean, we've seen, regular Joes find some of these weird films, like Miami Connection was a film print that somebody had bought on I think it may be an online auction, and that was a film that was only available on film, had never made it onto video, VHS, or any other kind of service, and was saved by somebody finding it. by just a regular person that worked at like Alamo Draft House. It wasn't like, you know, a Sony executive.